When something is important enough, you do it even if the odds are not in your favor. Failure is an option here. If things are not failing, you are not innovating enough. I think it's very important to have a feedback loop where you're constantly thinking about what you've done and how you could be doing it better. Persistence is very important. You should not give up unless you are forced to give up. It's okay to have your eggs in one basket as long as you control what happens to that basket. You shouldn't do things differently just because they're different. They need to be better. I could either watch it happen or be a part of it. Great companies are built on great products. If something is important enough, even if the odds are against you, you should still do it. Constantly seek criticism. A well-thought-out critique of whatever you're doing is as valuable as gold. The first step is to establish that something is possible, then probability will occur. People work better when they know what the goal is and why. The path to the CEO's office should not be through the CFO's office, and it should not be through the marketing department. It needs to be through engineering and design. When Henry Ford made cheap, reliable cars, people said, "Nah, what's wrong with a horse?" That was a huge bet he made, and it worked. My biggest mistake is probably weighing too much on someone's talent and not someone's personality. I think it matters whether someone has a good heart. Work like hell. I mean, you just have to put in 80 to 100-hour weeks every week. This improves the odds of success. The secret of getting ahead is getting started. Life is too short for long-term grudges. It's very important to like the people you work with. Otherwise, life and your job is going to be quite miserable. The longer you wait to fire someone, the longer it has been since you should have fired them. There's a tremendous bias against taking risks. Everyone is trying to optimize their ass covering. Brand is just a perception, and perception will match reality over time. You get paid in direct proportion to the difficulty of problems you solve. Some people don't like change, but you need to embrace change if the alternative is disaster. I don't spend my time pontificating about high-concept things. I spend my time solving engineering and manufacturing problems. I say something, and then it usually happens. Maybe not on schedule, but it usually happens. I think it is possible for ordinary people to choose to be extraordinary. Talent is extremely important. It's like a sports team. The team that has the best individual player will often win, but then there's a multiplier from how those players work together and the strategy they employ. If you're trying to create a company, it's like baking a cake. You have to have all the ingredients in the right proportion.